Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So I have had so many requests from you guys wanting to know exactly how I wash my makeup brushes. Number one, a lot of you are finding that when you wash your makeup brushes, they're just no longer as soft as they were originally. Number two, a lot of you are washing your makeup brushes and you're finding that they're still dirty when you go to use them and it hasn't worked. And number three is a lot of you are finding that when you are washing your brushes that it is ruining them. So they're shedding, they're falling apart. I have got some brushes here in my collection that I have had for over 7 years. And I think that's a true testament to exactly, how well this method works. I've really been able to look after them. They're still beautifully soft and in perfect condition. It's not expensive. I'm not using, loads of expensive products. It's very affordable. It's very easy. It's quick. It's simple. You get the job done fast. I do not like spending hours and hours and hours washing makeup brushes if I don't have to. No. I want it to be cheaper and I want it to be fast. So yes, if you are interested in learning exactly how I wash my makeup brushes and exactly how I keep them in perfect tip-top condition, then please keep on watching. Alright, so we are going to be getting this bunch of brushes clean. So it's a mixture of foundation, powder, eyeshadows, absolutely everything. I'm also going to be showing you guys exactly how I get my beauty blenders clean. I know that this can be a bit of a challenge to get all of the foundation out. Now, as far as what I use Dr. Bonner's Pure Castile soap. It's a very, very liquidy soap. It is very moisturizing. It's soft on your hands and it is gentle on your brushes, which is the most important thing. It's also super affordable. Now, this little guy here is from Sigma. I forget what it's called. It's like their brush cleaning mat. It is an actual lifesaver. It's not 100% necessary, but if you do want it and you do want to make the process quicker and easier, definitely recommend this one. I'll be talking a little bit more later about exactly what I use this for and how I use it. So first up, taking some soap in a little bowl. It is very, very liquidy. It's literally like water. Now, let me just stress, I've used way too much soap here. This stuff goes a very, very long way. You really do not need much at all. And then I'm placing that Sigma matte thingamajiggy down in the sink. It does have little suction caps to hold it in place, which is really helpful as well. And then I'm just going to pop my little bowl of soap right in the sink next to the mat so that it's easy for me to access. Alright, so turning the water on, we're ready to go. We're going to take our first brush, just getting that water all over that mat. Now, always keeping my brush on a downward angle, I'm going to start running the water through the bristles, and then what I'm going to be doing is actually taking that brush and dipping it into the soap. I'm then going to start swirling the brush in the palm of my hand. It really sort of agitates the bristles and causes that soap to really foam up. So one of the things I absolutely adore about this soap is it gets really, really foamy and does such an amazing job of cleaning everything out. Now, this Sigma mat is so cool. So like I said, it's textured, it's made of rubber, and when you rub the bristles of the brush on the back of it, it actually it's nearly like it deep cleans the brushes and just gets absolutely every last bit of foundation or powder or eyeshadow out. It's absolutely amazing. Then rinsing the brush. Now, if you don't have the mat, you don't have to use it, but if you do have it, you can also use it to, rinse your brushes and get all of the soap out, and then squeezing the excess water out. Now, make sure, do not get the water on the actual handle of the brush. Always keep it on the ferrule and always keep your brush with the bristles facing downwards, never up. If you do that, the water can get into the glue and it can cause the bristles of the brush to really loosen, and that's what causes your brush to shed. And then once we've squeezed all of that excess water out, we're going to move on to our next brush. So I pretty much repeat the process. So first, wet the bristles. I then dip the brush into the soap. I then agitate the bristles to get the soap, really nice and foamy. I use the mat to really gently wash, the eyeshadows and powders out. I'm not using firm pressure here at all. Very, very light pressure, very, very light touch, and then rinsing, and then squeeze the excess water from the brush, and then you're ready to go on to the next one again. Usually I will group my brushes together, so a bunch of eyeshadow blending brushes, concealer brushes, foundation brushes, powder brushes, whatever, and I wash them together. It makes the job so much faster and it doesn't impact, on exactly how, effectively you get those brushes clean. If you just use, maybe like 5 or 6 at a time, repeat the process, make sure that you've got all of the last little bits of makeup out, make sure you get all of this soap out. It really is so much faster to do these, in a group. Ain't nobody got time to wash one eyeshadow brush at a time. No. You will literally be there for 4 hours. We got places to go. We got people to see. No. The other amazing thing about this soap, obviously, again, super affordable, but it does break down eyeliner as well, which I think is absolutely amazing. So gel eyeliner, brow pomades, like absolutely everything. This soap literally will get absolutely everything out. It doesn't dry your brushes out. It keeps the hairs really soft and fluffy. It doesn't dry your hands out, and it smells freaking amazing. It comes in a bunch of different scents. I'm using lavender at the minute, but I've pretty much tried everything. Now, as far as foundation brushes go, especially these really thick, dense kabuki brushes, I know it can be really difficult to get the foundation out of them, but what I will do is sort of separate and spread the bristles when I'm wetting it. I dunk the brush into the soap and I sort of let it sit in the soap for a little bit longer so it really absorbs as much soap as possible. I then agitate the bristles and look at how much foundation is coming out already. That is absolutely crazy. So first I do it in the palm of my hand, and then rotating the brush, I squeeze the bristles, I cannot talk today, and I push that foundation down towards the tip. It really helps to get that foundation out from the center of the brush. I then go in on the mat and really sort of stir up a good foam, really work that soap into the brush. And then what I'll do is I'll actually sit it to the side. I won't rinse it, sort of straight away. I'll sit it to the side for about 5 minutes and just kind of let that soap do its magic and really break all that foundation down. Now, do not worry, this does not affect the glue of the brush. Just make sure that you sit the brush with the bristles facing downwards, like I said, and you will be absolutely fine. And then while it's sitting there, I pretty much will just continue cleaning other brushes as I need to. Then I'll come back and I will grab it when I'm ready to go. So look at old mate just sitting there hanging out. Then rinse it and you'll pretty much find after you've given it a little bit of time, all of that foundation will be gone and she will be perfectly clean. Now, as far as cleaning up foundation sponges and beauty blenders, I know that it is really tricky and a lot of people have trouble getting the foundation out from the center of the sponge, but I promise there's an easy way to do it. So what you want to do is wet the sponge entirely, dip it into the soap, and the trick to really getting these clean is to rub them in circular motions on the palm of your hand. It really works that foundation out from the center of the sponge and it works it out towards the outside, and then while the soap's in there, you really want to squeeze the sponge and sort of move your fingers down the sponge and push that foundation and soap mixture out towards the edge and basically just repeat. So, rinse it, dip it back into the soap, and see how I'm like squeezing the soap out while the soap's in it rather than just going straight up and rinsing it first and then squeezing it out. The trick really is the circular motions and to squeeze it while the soap is on it and just continue repeating. It usually only takes 2 or 3 times. And then if you do that, I promise you will have a perfectly clean beauty blender sponge, which is absolutely like there's nothing sweeter than when your beauty blender like is perfectly clean. Now, this weird ghost looking thing on the screen is just a towel. This is how I dry them. I pop a towel on the bench, and then what I do is I actually shape the bristles. I don't do anything fancy. I just use my hand in an upward sort of a motion, and I pretty much just shape those bristles, making them sort of form a nice neat point, and then I sit the brushes on the towel to dry. This will ensure that your brushes will maintain their shape and they will maintain their softness. Blending brushes, it's really important to keep that really angular tip on the end to get them to work, and I pretty much just repeat that for all of them. And because I know everybody will ask, when I'm not deep cleaning my brushes, for in-between cleans, my favorite is the MAC brush cleanser. I use it on a cotton pad. I swirl the brushes into, it's like an alcohol kind of based formula, and then pretty much I squeeze the excess out, I shape the bristles of the brush, and then I let them dry in the same way. But because it's an alcohol based brush cleanser, literally they'll be dry in 5 minutes and you're good to use them straight away. So yes, that is pretty much the entire process, and then I just leave them here for about 24 hours, and then after that they're perfectly clean and fluffy and dry. So there you have it, guys. That is it for the video. All of the ins and outs on exactly how I wash my makeup brushes. As you saw, it was super easy. As you saw, it was incredibly inexpensive. And like I said, a lot of the brushes that you did see in this video have been in my collection for over 7 years. This method definitely works, and they're still incredibly soft and fluffy. Like, makeup brushes are an investment. They are quite expensive, and I don't want you having to replace yours because you're not washing them or sort of caring for them in the correct way. So yes, I hope today's video was really helpful. Any more questions that you've got, or any questions about like the soap or other options and things like that, pop them in the comment section down below. I will be down there answering all your questions. And yes, happy brush washing to you all. I've actually still got a pile here that I've got to get through. I just put Sex and the City on and I just do it. Like, power through it, sister. All right, guys, I love you so much, and I will talk to you all in the next video.